Our first question comes from Brian Hedger with the Columbus Dispatch. Please go ahead.
Hey, Gus, welcome to Columbus.
Thank you.
Just wanted to ask you about kind of how the whole process unfolded for you today. Were you expecting Columbus to be one of the teams that showed the most interest in you?
Yeah, I think they were a team that at least from my side, I was eyeing the whole time, and they were a team that were interested throughout the process, and it's a pretty stressful process. There's a lot of decisions to be made in a pretty fast, pretty short notice. So, but you know what? I'm really excited that I ended up here, and I can't wait to get going.
I'll ask you one quick follow-up. What was it about Columbus that kind of got you excited, and why are you looking forward to coming here?
No, I think it's a team that's got some really good pieces, some really good young pieces, and also some great veteran leaders, and a team that's really heading in the right direction. I think you saw that in last year's playoffs. Those were things that really excited me.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. As a reminder, it is star then one if you'd like to ask a question. If you have your cell phone mute or speakerphone, please take that off for our system to better recognize your signal. Again, star then one if you'd like to ask a question. I'll pause just a moment for additional questions to queue. We'll go next to Curtis Pashelka with San Jose Mercury. Please go ahead.
Hi, Gus. Congratulations on the deal.
Thank you.
Can you just was there ever a point with San Jose where things might have gotten close to an agreement, or how much conversation did you guys have with Doug?
Yeah, I think we kind of kept in touch throughout the whole process, or throughout the whole time here. I've nothing but great things to say about that organization. How they treated me, and my time there was great. But I was once it came down to it, I think I was really excited to join Columbus here, and I think it's going to be a great opportunity for me.
Not that you had anything to say about it or to do about it, but you surprised that Joe Pavelski left the Sharks and signed with Dallas at all?
I don't know. It's that's a better question to ask him, obviously. But for whatever reason, it didn't really work out there at the end with the deal, and Dallas got a really good player.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Again, as a reminder, it is star then one if you'd like to ask a question. We'll go next to Lori Schmidt with 610 WTTN. Please go ahead.
Gustav, welcome to Columbus. I'm wondering if the fact that 3 big-name free agents left the CBJ on the same day raised any concerns for you at all.
No, I think, I'm sure the media will talk about that, but I think, we want to prove that other guys, there's going to be opportunity for other guys, and I'm one of the guys here that are going to try to come in and fill some of those holes, and I'm sure everyone will be, excited to keep building on what they've done here the last few years, and I have no doubt in my mind that we're going to be a really good team.
Was there something about the prospect of playing for John Tortorella that you found attractive, Gus?
From talking to, I've talked to, I don't know too many players but everyone that I do know that have played under him, have great things to say about him as a coach. So, I'm looking forward to be playing under him.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, as a reminder, it is star then one if you'd like to ask a question. We'll go back to Brian Hedger with the Columbus Dispatch. Please go ahead.
Hey, yeah, I just wanted to follow up and talk a little bit about some of the players that you'll be playing with here, a couple of them in particular. You did get some time playing, I think, in the World Championships with Alexander Wenberg. He's struggled a little bit here the last 2 years offensively. What was your experience playing with him like? And, is he one of the guys you're kind of excited to maybe play with?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of players on that team that I'd be excited to play with. Wenberg's obviously one of them. I played with him, like you said, at the Worlds, and I thought we had some good chemistry. He's a really smart player. I think he sees the ice really well and responsible player. You know what? He'd be a great player to play with.
Yeah, and the other guy that I was wondering, I know you only played with Detroit, and then I don't think at all with San Jose, but you only played the Blue Jackets, a handful of times a year. The last 2 years, Pierre-Luc Dubois has really come on as a center. What do you think of him, just from an opposing player's, standpoint?
Yeah, really, really good player. Just from playing against him, I'm sure I'll get to know his style more. But kind of just a force out there. He's kind of got all different elements to his game. I think he's a very all-around player. So he's an important part of that team for sure.
Last one for me. How has your game changed since you broke into the NHL?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
The game's changed for sure. The game's faster. I think it was 8 years ago I played my first game, and a little heavier game, but more of a grind game. Back then, I would say you could get away with a few more hooks than you can nowadays. Tough to say. I think I've tried to be the player I am, or I've been throughout my career. Obviously, you adjust, but playing for one team for that long, I've only really been in one system. Obviously, it was new with San Jose, and so that was a little bit of adjustment time. But it's a tough question or answer about my game. I think I just try to do what I do best, I guess.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, as a reminder, it is star then one if you'd like to ask a question. If you have your cell phone mute or speakerphone, please take that off for our system to better recognize your signal. Again, star one if you'd like to ask a question. We'll go next to Allison Lucan with The Athletic. Please go ahead.
Hey, Gus. Welcome to Columbus.
Thank you very much.
You mentioned just making your first kind of big organizational transition at the deadline last year. I was just curious what your plans will be or what's going to be important to you as far as joining another new organization. Do you want to come to town early? Are there things that you want to see or do both in the city and around the team before the season starts?
Yeah, for sure. I think at the trade deadline it was a little bit a different situation for me. My wife was pregnant at the time and couldn't really travel, and so she stayed behind in Detroit. We actually had our first baby during the playoffs. I flew in and out for 24 hours to be there for the birth. So it was a little bit of a different time and stressful time, but I think for sure now that we signed 4 years. We're gonna go down there within the next few days or at least a couple weeks and check out the area. Look at some places to live and find the best place for our family to move down there.
Well, first, congratulations. and as a follow-up, are there things that are important to you to feel comfortable with the organization before play actually starts in the fall?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it'd be nice to get settled down in a little bit in a place. I'm sure it's a bigger priority for my wife to get settled in a new place before the season starts. But yeah, just finding a place to live and you know what, I'm sure. The team will help me with everything I need, and we're excited to get down there.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
And again, as a reminder, if you would like to ask a question, please press star then 1 on your touch-tone phone. I'll pause another moment for any final questions to queue. There are no further questions in queue at this time. I'll turn it back to you, Todd, for any additional or final remarks.
Well, once again, Gus, thanks for jumping on, and everyone, I appreciate you calling in this evening. We'll be in touch once we schedule a time for Gus to come in, give you guys an opportunity to meet him, and we'll let you know when that happens in the next couple of weeks. So thanks again, everybody, and have a great evening.